I started music at a very, very early age, not as a musician, you know. I started first as a Michael Jackson lover. We had this one tape, this videotape, and he had this Michael Jackson, so many performances and so many videos of Michael Jackson as at that time, you know, and I kept watching it. I kept learning the steps and all that. So anytime we go for these parties, my mom always, you know, want to see me dance. And I always came first to third in whatever competitions, just dancing the Michael Jackson stuff. So that was when my love for music really started. Then at some point, my mom's sister had this other videotape that had a performance of an award show, and he had this performance of Coolio and Stevie Wonder, Gangsta Paradise. And that was one of the first rap music that I ever learned in my life, because my auntie was always playing that stuff. I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, you know what I mean? So from there, I just started, you know, I fell in love with music, but I never rapped until one day I saw this video of, it was PDD and Mace. I think it was PDD and B.I.G. And the video, they were dressed as kids. I think it's Sky is the Limit or something like that. They were dressed as kids. And then I was watching this video and I'm like, yo, wait. So this stuff is not just for adults, you know what I mean? Because like me as a kid listening to rap music, I feel like it's something that grown-ups do, you know? But me seeing that video, and Diddy and Biggie painted them, they depicted themselves in the picture as if they were kids. I didn't know that it was like grown-ups doing that. I thought it was actually kids doing it. So that was the moment I felt like I could do this thing I really love too. And, you know, I started from there and I kept going. 50 Cent came out, I got crazy. Like, I just went crazy when 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out. Like, I couldn't stop rapping from that moment on. And I took it from there to professional level. And when it comes to business, I started my career off with bad deals. So at some point in my life, I was so famous, but at the same time, I was just as broke as I was famous. And I didn't understand it because I thought that if you're famous, you're meant to have money. You know what I mean? So that was where I started, you know, doing my homework from, you know, because that was like one of the most difficult moments in my life. Like being that person that people expect so much from you, yet you're not being able to give to yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're in a bad deal and all that kind of stuff. So I learned from all that, started my own label at some point, had a partner, and I've just been, you know, it's been a learning process, you know, for me. And from that moment on, one of my greatest fear was, how do I not ever go broke again? You know, at some point in my life, that was like, how do I not ever go back to this position again? You know, so that became a goal. And just like every other thing, like once that sinks into your subconscious, it becomes a normal day. It becomes a normal thing for you. It's just like you waking up and brushing your teeth. Like you do that unconsciously, just like part of your life now. So once that mentality became part of my life, I call it the JD mentality, the Juggernaut dreamer mentality. It's like, it just made me unstoppable. The only thing that would stand out is moments, you know, the moments, you know, how I took them and how I applied, you know, whatever it took for me to live through those moments in my life. Aside from that, it's the compilation of everything you said. The mixing, the engineering, the music, the bad deals, the good deals, the performances, social media, collaborating with artists who are buzzing and everybody's listening to at that point in time. You know, I've some of my most successful songs in Africa collaboration, so that played a major role. Another thing that played a major role was, as I kept growing, I kept understanding the importance of how the music needed to sound, not just to me, but to the audience. Because when you become an artist, that's the first level. Once you have your first hit song, if you don't develop into a brand, you're probably just going to be a one-hit wonder. You know what I mean? At some point, because people only remember you for your song. So like that transition and a compilation of like understanding, you know, music and going through it, like I said, the experience, those were the things that really, you know, pushed me into, you know, the growing person that I am today. And yeah, that's it. I don't think anything will stand out. It's a compilation of, you know, of everything. And probably my role models, like the people I look up to, I feel like they played a huge role in like how I've shaped my life and I've built myself mentally to handle things and go about some certain things, you know.